Aloha YouTubers. For this week's Dragon's Den video, I'd like to share a workout that I do about 3 days a week. It's a high intensity interval training that I use just a kettlebell and my body weight. Before I do that, quick disclaimer, I have no certifications in kettlebell. However, I've been training in kettlebell since about 2009. I've been teaching martial arts professionally for about 23 years, and for the same amount of time I've been teaching middle school PE and coaching wrestling. So although I'm not certified personal trainer or a certified kettlebell instructor, I just want to share with you the workout that I do today. So this is about a 45-minute workout. The video is not going to be 45 minutes. So what I'd like you to do is, as I'm going through these 7 different series of workouts, after each one, I want you to pause the video, do your 3 to 5 rounds depending on what you're going to do, and then come back to the video so you can see the next series. So I'll show you the first series is a warm-up. It's 3 2-minute rounds, kind of like a amateur wrestling match or amateur boxing fight. So it's 3 2-minute rounds. It's going to be a 30-second interval. We're going to do 4 different exercises to warm up our body, followed by a 15-second rest. Okay, so the first 3 are with a kettlebell. So I like to use a 16-kilo kettlebell, which is approximately 35 pounds. Okay, the first exercise we're going to do with our feet together. Okay, toes and heels touch, and this is just called an around the world, and I go 10 times in each direction. My body leaning opposite, swinging like a pendulum. When I get to 10, I'll hold the kettlebell. I'll switch back the other way. Usually I can get 10 in each direction in 30 seconds. At the end of that 30 seconds, I'm going to spread my feet about shoulder width, lower the kettlebell. I'm going to grab it by the horns and flip it upside down. And I'm going to do what's called a halo, going around my head and into a squat. I want to hit 90 degrees behind my knees and squat. I'll do this for another 30 seconds. And at the end of that 30 seconds, I'm going to set the kettlebell down in between my legs for a 2-hand kettlebell swing using my core. You can swing chest. I like to swing right above my head. Really tighten the glutes and the core. Get that for 30 seconds. At the end of 30 seconds, I'm going to set that down, take a step back. I'm going to go what's called a loaded beast, which is squatting back into my push-up position with an outside step, a little arch to warm up my legs and my back. And I'll do that for 30 seconds to complete my 4 30-second intervals, my 2-minute round. Bell rings, I'll come up, take a 15-second rest, and then repeat for 2 more rounds. Pause the video, do your warm-up. Okay, you're done with your warm-up. That was 3 2-minute rounds. So the second series is also going to be 3 2-minute rounds. This is a really challenging one. It's one of my favorite ones, and it's because it's challenging. It's the Turkish get-up. Okay, so without the kettlebell, and I'll show you on the left side. I always do my left side first because I'm right-handed, so I'm right side dominant. I like to do my strong side last. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to if I had the kettlebell on my left, I'll show you without the kettlebell first. I would bend my left knee, have the kettlebell racked on my chest. As I sit up, I'll press the kettlebell up. Then I would lift my hips to clear my knee. Then from here, I want to straighten up. Once my spine is straight, I would stand and step forward. Then I do it in reverse. Step back, lower down, kick the leg out, lay flat. And I like to bring the kettlebell down so I get that extra workout on my chest and shoulders on that press coming up. Okay, so I'll do a minute on the left, a minute on the right. So here's what it looks like with the kettlebell. So again, if it's on your right side, you bend the right knee. My hand's out 45 degrees. I'm going to punch it up as I sit up onto my left hand. Once I come up, I'm going to lift my hips, clear my leg, and I'm straight, forward, back, and then reverse. Hand down, leg out, and I come back down. If you need to spot yourself, you can hold the kettlebell, bring it down to your chest. You could even roll onto the side, press it up. Once it's up, I lift my hips, clear the leg, spine is straight, stand, forward, and then in reverse. Slow and controlled, and I come down. Okay, so I do a minute on each side. After a minute on each side, I do what's called a spine wave. You do it from the side for me. These are 3 yoga moves, so I'll go child's pose, inhale as I come to a cat, exhale as I lift my head and drop my hips. Then I breathe in the opposite direction. I inhale as I lift my hips, it's a cat. Exhale as I sit back in the child's pose. Okay? So depending on the length of your breath, I like to time everything with my breath. And as I come back, I exhale. Bell rings, I do the left side, I do the right side. Okay, so set your timer. Series number 2, go to work. Okay, we're ready for our next series, which is going to be our 3rd series. This is going to be 3 rounds again. This time they're a minute and a half with a 45-second interval. So we'll go 45 and 90. And then the 30 seconds, we're going to have an active rest. Okay, so this is going to alternate. We're going to do both the left and right side on this. This is called offset push-up. Okay, so I'm going to push the kettlebell forward, get down in a push-up position. I put my hand on the kettlebell and my other hand on the side. I'll do an offset push-up. From there, I'll jump up. As I stand the kettlebell, I'm going to switch hands. I'm going to go snatch. As it comes up, I step back with that same side in a reverse lunge. Okay? And I'll rack it, bring it down safely. Now I can keep my hand on it. Offset, switch, snatch it, reverse lunge. Bring it down safely, keep my hand on it, push up, bring it up, snatch, reverse lunge. I'll do it one more time for you. Okay, I keep my hand on it. I switch when I come up. I go reverse lunge. That's 45 seconds. At the end of that 45 seconds, I'm going to do a long series that has 4 movements. I'm going to row, bring it up to my ribs. Then I twist my thumb back so my pinky's in the front. I'm going to corkscrew it up into a clean, squat, and press. When I press, I go bicep to ear. So it's row, twist, clean, squat, punch it up above my head. Okay? So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Once I finish that, 90 seconds is up. I go shoulder screws. They look like this. I'm going to turn my head as I pronate and supinate. So I supinate the side I'm looking at, pronate the opposite side for the shoulders. Okay? So 3 rounds, 90 seconds, 45, 45, 30-second shoulder screws. I'll see you in 6 minutes. Okay, go to work. All right, so you're done with your 3rd one. Moving on to the 4th one. You don't have to change the timer. It's still going to be 90 seconds with 2 45-second intervals and a 30-second active rest. Okay, 3 rounds of this. So this will naturally alternate. Okay, so we're going to start with the movement that we just did, which is our clean. So I point my thumb towards me. I'm going to corkscrew it and I'm going to rack it. Okay, once I rack it right here on my chest, my thumb's touching my chest, elbows close to my body, I'm going to step and hit a side lunge. After I side lunge, I reverse. Remember, I point my thumb at me. I'm going to corkscrew it up, keep it close to my core, my elbow to my ribs, my thumb to my chest. I go into that side. Okay, so this is going to go back and forth for 45 seconds. Do one more for you. Good. At the end of that 45 seconds, I'm going to bring the kettlebell out in front of me. I'm going to go to what we call Malasana in yoga, or the Filipino squat, right? The Asian squat. So I'm down here, elbows inside. I grab the kettlebell by the horns. I'm going to go 1 curl to my chest, stand up. I'll hit another curl, half of a halo, elbows tight, double tricep press. Finish the halo, and back to the squat. And then I reverse. 1 squat, in the, 1 curl in the squat. 1 curl standing, halfway, double, halfway, and back to the squat. 1 more time. Curl in the squat, curl standing, half, double tricep press, opposite half, and return. Okay, at the end of that, we're going to do like a shoulder roll, but we're not going to actually roll. So put my arms, fingers out as far as I can, turn my head, put my shoulder down, I extend my leg. Right before I feel I'm going to roll over, I'll come back and switch. It's a good little stretch for all the muscles in your shoulder, neck, your traps, and so on. Okay? So from the side, it kind of looks like this. Put my arms wide. And this is my active rest. 30 seconds of active rest. So as soon as that bell rings, I'll grab my kettlebell, go right back to my side, side, double curl, double press, and then repeat. 3 times, okay? Go to work. Okay, 4 down, working on exercise number 5 or series number 5. So I use 2 kettlebells for this. You're still at 90 seconds, that's a 1.5 minute round, but this time it's gonna be 3 30-second intervals, okay? The first interval is gonna alternate from left to right, and then the second and third interval, you're gonna move the kettlebell from left to right, okay? So for the first one, it's like your halo, but you're gonna turn, pivot, just like you're doing when you punch. I'm gonna drop that knee, and then I'm gonna hit a halo as I turn and pivot the other way. Halo, turn and pivot, lunge. So I go drop lunge, halo, turn and pivot, drop lunge. I go 30 seconds here. Once that 30 seconds is up, I'm gonna go down to the mat. I like to use a lighter kettlebell for this because by this time my shoulders get pretty fatigued. So that's a 16. This is a 12. We're gonna go, you're gonna rack it. And I'm gonna go bridge. And I'm gonna fire, explode up, and press. Bridge, and press. When the 30 seconds is up, I switch hands. Bridge, sit up with a press. Bridge, sit up with a press. Okay, give yourself a 15-second rest, and then repeat. All right? See you on the next workout. Okay, you've completed the first 5 parts of this 7-part series, all the kettlebell stuff. So now we're getting into the finisher and the cool down, which are gonna be the last 2 series. And we don't need a kettlebell for this, so get this guy out of the way, get this guy out of the way. So these are gonna be quick. They're gonna be 5 1-minute rounds. And in those 1-minute rounds, you're gonna have 4 15-second intervals, okay? So it's gonna be zippies, which is a drop lunge, jumping. Okay, you keep both of your hands up, or if you want, you can alternate like you're running. Okay, and then a burpee, squat, push up, jump as high as you can. Okay, from there we're gonna go Spider-Mans. I'll do these from the side because it's a better view. As I come down, I'm gonna look to that elbow and put my knee on top of my elbow. Come up, other side. Okay, so these are called Spider-Mans. And then the last is gonna be a double crunch, which is head and heels off the mat, knees to your chest and sit up. Okay, so I'm gonna set this. I'll do 1 round for you. 15 seconds. Reset that. So 4 15-second intervals, 5 1-minute rounds. Zippies, jump lunge. Make sure you keep your back straight. Depending on how fast you go and how high is your intensity. If you want to go higher or lower, easier or harder. 15 seconds. Okay, when I do a burpee, I drop, do a push-up, and jump up. Make sure you do that push-up. Okay, Spider-Man, so I'll do them forward this time. Turn your head, bring that knee to your elbow. And you finish, double crunches, heels up, head up, sit up, chest and knees. You can swing the arms if you want momentum, or keep them by your head. All right, it's round 1. You owe me 4 more rounds. Okay, and then we got a cool down. Go ahead. Okay, so we got to the end, cool down. Number 7. So the first 5 series of exercises dealt with the kettlebell and body weight, some stretching, some active rest. And then our finisher was 5 1-minute rounds, all body weight. So now we're gonna end our cool down with some yoga, which I love doing. This is actually a good one to do first thing in the morning. It's called Salutation to the Sun. So we'll end with this. It's a good way to cool your body down and stretch. I'm gonna do it twice for you. First, I'll do it from the side, give you guys a view on what it looks like. The most important thing here is your breath. Okay, so I start centered, equally balanced. I start with a deep breath. And I exhale. And then every movement's half breath. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold again. I go inhale, right leg back to my lunge. Exhale to a downward facing dog. Inhale to high plank, top of a push-up. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Then I go right leg step forward, so I have the opposite lunge. Exhale, bring your feet to match. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, center. And you end with a deep breath. All right, so if you do it right with all those breaths, it takes about a minute. So your cool down should be about 3 minutes. Do that 3 times, and the whole workout should last you approximately 45 minutes. So you can cut stuff out, you can make things longer, you can adjust it however you like, but I just wanted to share with you a workout that I do. I try to do kettlebell maybe 3 times a week, yoga 3 times a week, and then I'm training, teaching martial arts Monday through Friday. Gotta have a day to rest, gotta have a day to do some running, but gotta do something every day. You gotta move, you gotta strengthen yourself, sharpen your sword daily. See you next week.